We're back at Southern National Motorsports Park for another race. This time we are racing the ARCA Menards series. So you may notice this is a replay. This is not a live commentary. So lately my recording software has been bogging down my computer, and in the races it's caused me to start blinking all over the track, bog things down. My races have been lagging a little bit. So obviously it's time for a new processor and a graphics card upgrade. That's kind of besides the point, but for the time being, we will just be commentating over these replays because I want to show my iRacing journey and my way hopefully up to A class and maybe even the pro class later down the line. Actually, just before this race, I made it to the C class, so that was an achievement for me. I was excited about that. But without further ado, let's get into the race. So we're doing 60 laps today, and unfortunately with the replays we won't be able to see my position. I actually qualified for this race lately or for the start of my iRacing career, if that's what you want to call it. I've just been skipping qualifying, starting from the back to avoid wrecks. But today I just wanted to see what would happen. And I qualified middle of the pack. I believe there's 20 cars total or 21, something like that. And I qualified here in 10th. My goal for this race was to get a top 5. That would be awesome for me. Just stepping up my goals here and there. Coming to the green flag. We're on the outside line, and similar to the street stocks, the outside line is not preferred. You want to be on the inside, so I'm trying to fight off the car that's on my inside right now, but it is very difficult because you carry more speed on the inside line going out of the turn. Is still on my inside and just ends up clearing me. A crash behind us there. I thought they were about to go 3 wide in front of me. That is something that you do not want to do. Get on the outside of the 12, looks like another car's crashed, and one crashes right in front of us, so wrecking all over the place. Me across the start finish line again, and after all that chaos, and actually the 14 right there goes up the track, so make another pass here. Go back to our replay screen, and we are up to 6th, just avoiding wrecks at this point. Next position up there has a little bit of a gap on me, but I'm slowly cutting that down here, really pushing it off the start here. I was really wanting to get that top 5 finish. Car crash there. Came up the track just a little bit, but got around them. So no contact. That's always a positive. Another car crashed right in front of us. One on our inside. Again, it's kind of like a demolition derby. This track, especially with the ARCA Menards series, it's just a survival race. Car got loose there, so I am trying to make the pass for 5th, but he's right on our inside. Can't really see him too well, but there's his front bumper. Side-by-side racing here, not preferred because it does slow both cars down quite a bit. The car on the inside, they have to stay on the inside, and 21, I believe that's what his number was. Yep, the 21 makes a pass on us, but when you're on the inside, you have to stay on the inside, and you can't really drive through the corner. On the outside, you have to let up just a little bit so you don't smack the wall, and when you're racing side by side like that, it lets cars behind you catch up fairly quickly. Speaking of that, the 12 car has caught back up to us, and I gave him the inside there. I thought he may try to dive bomb me, so racing with a little bit of courtesy here. He's not able to make the pass stick, and coming up here, you're gonna see just some blatant cheating. Like I came up on the outside wall, and this guy is right behind me. He's basically just riding the outside wall. I've never seen this before. He's about to make the pass, but he was... So normal lap times are low 15 or high 14s, low to mid 15s. This guy was running low 14s right there, just riding the outside wall, the number 15. That, I mean, do what you want with your free time, but I feel like we pay too much money to have someone like that just ruin races. At least for the time right now, that guy was multiple laps down, but he's just wall riding. And the way the system works here with the instant points, and I believe you get 7 instant points, and that leads to a DQ. I'm shocked that those aren't just adding up. Maybe once you initially hit the wall, then it's 1 instant point, and then it doesn't accumulate if you keep hitting the wall. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's just full throttle riding the outside wall, and it sucks because it kind of ruins it for the rest of us. But like I said, for right now, multiple laps down that guy was, but making up time fast. These two guys in front of me here, the 1 and the 21, were racing side by side. Got a little loose right there, but they were racing side by side, trading some paint, so ended up catching right back up to them. And being so aggressive with my driving initially in the race really wore down my tires, so I am very tight going into the corners. I don't have a lot of turning power, it seems. Still getting right up to the number 1 here. And he is very loose off this corner. I drove in a little deep and lost a lot of time in that corner. Still trying my best just to ride that inside lane, even with my car being so tight. So I believe the 11 up there is a lapped car, but the 2, the 21, the 1, and myself are all on the lead lap here, and if I'm not mistaken, let's just check. I am still in 6th position, and this is the halfway point, so yeah, up to 3rd we can see here, and also on our outside is the number 15 the cheater of the race. The 11 was coming up, they make contact there, so that was almost bad. But I still am shocked that that guy did not get DQ'd earlier for reaching the 17 instant points. We'll see what ends up happening to him, and it's really unfortunate. It's really aggravating. Long story short here, he does get DQ'd, but we'll show that at the end of the race. But focusing on what we can control here, I'm trying to get around the number 11. Again, I believe it's a lap car. He spun out earlier in the race. Can't quite make the pass stick here. Get a good run off of turn 2 into turn 3. Still on my outside though, and the guys behind me are starting to catch up, so really need to make something happen. I drove in a little deep there and thought I was about to take out the number 11, and now I started panicking because the 8 car behind us is catching up, so hit the outside wall. The 8 car is on my inside now. Can't make the pass stick, and it looks like he got a little loose coming out of turn 2, so I maintain my position for now. Really need to get around the number 11. Smoke on the backstretch here, so someone spun out. Get in on the inside of the 11 once again. My car is very tight, so difficult to make the pass stick, but I do get around the 11 and see a familiar car coming around the outside. I come up the track and he is right there, so I almost just crashed myself out of the race. One of my best runs I've ever had, and a cheater almost ruined it for me. That I would have been boiling if that happened. Yeah, he keeps coming around the track. This has to be some kind of glitch or something. I'm still shocked that something like that could happen. A lot of the guys in the chat, they said they were reporting that guy. I reported him, so hopefully iRacing is able to do something about that. Car spins out on the front stretch here. We got a good gap from the car behind us. A somewhat sizable gap from the cars in front of us. Those 3 cars had an awesome battle just up there past this 3 car, so they were having a good battle the entire race, and if it wasn't for me not being able to get around the 11 car, I feel like I could have been part of that. It looks like the 6 car up there was trying to copy what the 15 was doing, just riding the outside wall, so another person trying to take advantage of the glitch in the system. But I think the 6 cut down his tires, so ended up going down pit lane there. We catch up to the number 3. So looking at the lap here, we're on lap 48. We are still in 6th place. the cars crashed right there, so get around them. And then 19, we've gotten around that car a few times now, so a few laps down. Looks like they have some front end damage. And then the 6th car gets extremely loose, goes up the track, get around him. So I disabled the chat for this replay, but I believe in the next few laps, the 15 car ends up pulling on the backstretch. You can still see the 15 up off of turn 2 there, but he coming up here, he pulls off the backstretch and intentionally wrecks the leader. So this guy ruined the race for pretty much all of us. It's just unfair. We'll take a look at that crash here coming up, but it's surprising to me. Again, we all spend too much money on this simulator to have crap like this happening. So some lap traffic kind of bunching everyone back up here. We have the 1 in sight. We also have the 21. And now the 15 is slowing down. So he was coming down on me there for a second, but it's right about now where he wrecks the leader. So that ended up getting him to the 17 instant points. He ended up crashing out. We get bunched up here because the number 13, that may have been the leader, but the number 13 kind of bunched everyone up again. 21 goes up the track, so we're on his outside there. Just a bunch of chaos ensuing here in the final laps. So here we have the white flag out. We are on the final lap. We bring it home to the checkered flag. 10 spins out as we cross the start finish line. So we end up finishing 4th. The 21 spun out there, and then also the leader got wrecked by this guy. So the number 15, this guy was a cheater. He worked his way up to, I think he got to 1st place. Obviously the leader was the guy not cheating in 1st place, but he ended up getting wrecked, and then he got disqualified when he wrecked the leader. So let's take a look at some of those incidents that occurred. So here we're watching the guy just doing his wall riding. I don't even know how this is any fun, but it looks like the 19 got loose and crashed into him. So there's 4 incident points that just occurred thanks to the 19, the hero of the race, I guess we can call him. So this kind of just makes my blood boil. We can see him laying off the throttle here. So his car is destroyed at this point thanks to the number 19. And here he just decides to give up. So braking, 21 gets by. There's me. And he got hit, so he got disqualified. Here's a look from the leader's perspective. This guy was in 1st place. 15 comes down and Guess that looked a little weird, but yeah, technically 15, it crashed him, crashed the 13, so really unfortunate circumstances. Jason here should have won the race, but someone had to ruin it for all of us. So, I hope you all enjoyed that video. Again, if we look at my result, it was unfortunate for a few people here, but came home with a solid 4th place after starting 10th. So one of my best results here, and can slowly see myself getting better, but definitely want to eventually get that win. So that being said, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you on my next video.